Hello YouTube. So I bought a used 2004 Gulfstream Innsbruck camper and the heat doesn't work. So I did all the usual things to try to diagnose it, and I discovered that there's really no good information about Dometic thermostats, and there's even less information about how the camper is wired. So what I did was I bought a new thermostat, which was 20 bucks off Amazon, and I took it apart and I hooked 7.5 volts up to the positive side and ground to the other, and I slid the thermostat up, and I figured out that this whole thing is negative triggered. So when it calls for heat, you turn the thermostat up to call for heat, it provides a negative pulse on the furnace. Consequently, if you flip it to air conditioning and you lower the temperature, it gives you a negative pulse to cool. And I figured out there was nothing wrong with the thermostat in my camper, and that the problem was there was no voltage going to the thermostat. Hours and hours and hours later, tons of research, and I could not determine where this 7.5 volt source came from. Come to find out, we'll cut to the chase, it comes from this circuit board right here. And there's nothing wrong with this circuit board. You can see it basically looks brand new. The fuse is good. The circuit board is fine. And I was diagnosing a no heat condition. But this circuit board is actually located in the air conditioner. Roof-mounted air conditioner is what provides voltage to the thermostat. And I removed the circuit board, which I didn't think was necessary because it looks perfect. But when I removed it and I looked at the back side of it, you can clearly see that it got wet, or the solder had some porosity. There was some issue with it, and it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it, reflow it, and put it back in and see if it works. This circuit board's only about 90 bucks brand new, but I'm not spending 90 bucks when I can just clean this thing up and probably repair it. So I'm gonna repair it. We'll get right back to you with the repair work. Okay, so after cleaning the board, I just used a toothbrush and acetone. I fluxed all the connections that were suspect. I reflowed them, and I'm going to clean up the flux and do it again. I suspect due to the corrosion, I'm going to have to flux and reflow these connections a few times, but we're off to a good start. Okay, so I fluxed and reflowed every joint in this area. I did it 3 or 4 times. And under high magnification, I was pretty happy with my work until I went back with an ohm meter and discovered, despite this one looking okay, it was not making connection to this trace. And it was all corroded out, and it had a hairline crack that I just could not bridge with solder, and I decided it wasn't worth the risk. So I put a piece of 22 gauge Teflon PTFE in there, double checked all the connections, cleaned it all up, and I'm going to reinstall it. I suspect it's going to work. I'm not really using anything special to work on this circuit board. I used a little Kester, low solid, no clean flux. I used regular flux and some flux off to clean it. And what I like about this is it has the brush right on the can. But truthfully, the best thing I have found for cleaning circuit boards acetone, Q-tips, and an old toothbrush. So wish me luck. I'm going to reinstall it. I suspect it's going to work now. And instead of sending $90 back to China for a new one of these on Amazon, getting Jeffrey Bezos richer, I fixed it myself. Took 10 minutes. Didn't cost anything. And we'll keep the money in the United States. All right. Good luck.